Still stuck in my head. It is still stuck in my head. Ready? Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't need to talk anymore. Let's jump right into it. We have a poem that we need to go write so we can make some girls fall in love with us. We'll see you then. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Well, that's the bad thing. Exactly everything that they just said right here sounds like it is singular, and like we're only aiming for one person. Now, oh god, where do we even start? Where do we even start to write a poem? Okay, we have to pick a couple different words. I'm assuming it's gonna be 20 different words here. Memory, shiny, waterfall, after image, games, wonderful. Breathe, breath. Breathe or breath? We're gonna go with that one. The breath of contamination is proof that Papa alone has a heartbeat that is dark in a cage of fireflies with burning desire of bliss that causes him a little bit of anger that made him marry. And he likes candy, but he's also fluffy on the inside. He has love, but he loves milk, and he questions, why does he forgive himself? Oh my god, I don't even know who I'm writing for. Oh my god, okay, I didn't know I had to write like a couple, or was that it? Wait, let's go with swimsuit. Okay, never mind. Swimsuit was the last one. We are all good. Now it's Monika. Hi again, Nissan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Nissan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Okay, I thought that said something totally else, but it said commitment, so we're good. We are good. But making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Sorry, that was a good one, but Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Monika is literature. I just said Monika, damn it. I see exactly what they are talking about now. Oh my god. That is literally what they were just talking about. I feel like an idiot, but swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Nissan always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy homework without even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting, and you almost set your home on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Nissan can become good friends too. Sayori? Kind of an awkward silence going on here, but as usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, even you brought me something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, but it's really nothing. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I was thinking... I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. I'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I mean, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read, and we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading so much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an expiration sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh, what is this? You're looking for something in there? Frickin' Monika. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of slack books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I hear you'd bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the boxes she's admiring. Perfect Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge me, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door, giving us some sass right there. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice, but I'll tell you one thing, Nissan. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire, striking animated female poses. It doesn't sound like this game at all. No, I'm just gonna throw that out there. It sounds exactly like this game right now, but it's excitingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs won't work. We can't read at the same time like that. What? Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. See, I think this is intentional with Natsuki. I think she's trying to get somewhere with us. I don't think it's too close or anything like that. She has intentions that we are about to hopefully find out soon. But don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. I mean, maybe sometimes after I finish the series, but hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so can I talk at the same time? It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school, typically slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of a plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I don't know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining, but later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get all of their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you are talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. See, she has intentions that we still need to figure out, but this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. What does that mean? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence, because she was the one that did bring in the cupcakes, so she does love baking, even if she's going to admit it or not, but I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. They're talking about yourself, girl. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuku's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, what is this? We read on 4 for a few more minutes. Sorry, the wording of that really confused me. Really confused me, but okay, let's move on. There we go. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I mean, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean. You don't? That's not it. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez, I mean, sorry. Like, I could ever get any of my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's pretty hard for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Chef Monika was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying it yourself, right? Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. I just finished this chapter. Ooh, Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can't understand why. It's hard to express in words the feelings you get when connecting with someone like that. and begin able to prove that Natsuki, for whom is a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone, are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on, could your timing be any worse? I'm sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time, though you do look pretty cozy over there. Hey! Natsuki suddenly notices how close she has gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said. Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really don't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It wouldn't take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. There we go. Who should I show my poem to first? This is where a big decision is probably going to be made. This is bad. Who should I show my poem off to first? Okay, Natsuki seems like she's kind of in love with me, but we just met her. Sayori has been there since the beginning, at least that's what we have known, and I don't think we know too much about Yuri or Monika. Let's go with Sayori first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about. It should be a little bit easier for us to ease into this situation. Hopefully, at least, but Sayori, this is a good poem, Nissan. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Damn, but, well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. You see? It's little, like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, but then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh, here is her poem too. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. And that is definitely a reference to her always being late and us waiting for her in the morning. But that's pretty cool though, thank you, Sayori. But this is just a guess, but Did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean, I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that. It was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hey, this was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I will look forward to it. Alright, who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Natsuki. Just because we were already kind of sharing, or we know she has an interest in us, let's just share a poem to her. Let's see, what does she say about it though? Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. That means it probably went really terrible, but first of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't like giving you my opinion. What? Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not gonna be great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you are so self-important. I'm pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, and horses can race, owls can seek, and cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What? I don't even know what the hell that means, but yes, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just gonna be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be so sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. It's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Whew, okay, we got 2 poems out of the way, but who should I go next? Let's go with Monika. Oh shit, I thought she was the purple hair girl. Alright, okay. Well, that was a little screw up on my end, but hi, Nissan. Having a good time so far? Ah, yes. Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I am always listening, so don't be afraid to bring things up, alright? I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. But anyway, I want to share your poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Nissan. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But if that's a sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Nissan. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Well, if you say so. Yep, by any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filter in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I mean, I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Oh god, why does she do that laugh? It's a little bit on the sketchy side, but anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. Mine returns, already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. That's a pretty damn good poem. I gotta say that, but so what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. I mean, it's okay. You kind of like that style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the impression behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. In empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly, but maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and title it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you find your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, that was not bad. That was not bad at all, but Yuri is the last one that we need to express our poem to. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't got anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that your specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing that I recognize in a new writer is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit to the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding and building them and getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Yes, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? And here is her poem, Ghost Under the Light. Tendrils. I think it's tendrils. Sorry, I had to take a minute there to look, but I think it's the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe claims breathing air of the present, but loving in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Very interesting. Very, very interesting on that poem, but I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, to be honest, cursive. Cursive is just kind of hard to read in general, but, well, I just don't read script very often. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. But I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about Ghost at all, Nissan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it at all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. She's got to be talking about a character here. I don't know which one specifically. It could be herself because she said the poem depicts kind of what the writer is talking about, but we need a little more information before we can make like major assumptions like that. But and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, there we go. Whew, we made it through the sharing, the poems, and all that other crap that we had to go through, but I guess that is Okay, I guess that is everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my metacore writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with the one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Nissan did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Nissan liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Nissan appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Nissan started showing up. Damn, Nissan! Natsuki fucking savage. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, I don't mind titties growing, but Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Nissan? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? There we go. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Nissan. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it is also a waste. You understand that, right, Nissan? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they will probably think more highly of me. Oh god. Okay, so of course, that's going to be... We're dragging in Sayori in this one, actually. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Nissan? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feeling into her conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that makes her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute. And there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same size as they always were. Big and beautiful. Oh my god, this is Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I will make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I mean, I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could go and say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I wouldn't hate to see her get hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Interesting, but okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Nissan, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do more the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Nissan, are you ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Oh man, I don't know if I've learned anything from those poems, to be honest, so this is like bad, but either way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we have time for today in episode 2, so stay tuned. Episode 3 will be out very shortly, and make sure, if you guys like this video, you go down and you smack that like button, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe. My name is SixxFox, also known as Dylan. I upload once a day, every week. Come join the family, come join the awesome community, and if you missed episode 1, go watch that. Otherwise, stay tuned. This is SixxFox, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.